say hello, how are we all? But last time I was trying to do a video, it didn't pop up on YouTube, and I'm not sure why. And I'm hoping, as I'm talking, I can find myself live. And yes, I have found myself live, and I can hear myself, so my audio levels are good. So hello, how are we all? Hope you're doing well. We shall crack on with this awesome race at this awesome track. And just run through the field. So we have Crazy Ivan in a Bugatti here in first place. That's a good car to be on for this track, that's for sure. Frank Castle in a Lambo in second. Michael Phelps. It's not Michael, I know it isn't, but I'm calling him Michael Phelps here in a Silvia. The Dodge in a Ferrari. The Big Mac in a Honda, Campo in a McLaren, Spider in a Jag, Sixpenny Guitar in a Subaru. Oh, I'm interested to see how the Subaru gets on this one. Car I thought about driving myself, but I just didn't think it had the top end, so see how that one gets on. Ricky Bobby at his home circuit, I'd say, here in ninth in a Subaru. Beer Phil in an Audi. Here in 10th, and Wooders in the Subaru back here in 11th. So I think the Subaru is the only cars that probably suffer with this speed track, as it were. But onwards and upwards. Oh, lagging start there. Oh my word, what a bad start for the lag. Lag wins at the beginning of that, but Crazy is off and running, and here we go. Racing hard, racing mediums, racing softs, all different kinds of tyres. As the field streams past the start-finish line. God, look at the lag! Ricky Bobby's got a superb start in the Subaru, but the Subaru does it will shoot off the line very easily. But whether it's going to manage to keep... Well, there we go, Crazy got into 7th gear. Whether it's going to keep up with the boys is another matter, because I don't think Subaru's going to have the top speed of the people that cars around them. And here we go, shenanigans into turn one as sparks flying from all of the lag, to be honest. There isn't the suspension bumping or anything like that. That is just simply the lag causing... Oh, we've got a spinner, we got someone off. Here we go, the start of the hilarity begins. Campo from 4th place. Let's have a look as we come around the last corner. 3 side by side. Oh, he turns into Spider. That's self-inflicted. Self-inflicted. If you haven't that one, I'm sorry. Spider had nowhere to go, so Campo's lost out. First of the crashes. Let's see if we can find who has the best crash for tonight. See, Spider, oh, that Crazy Ivan, that's a dangerous place to pass. Coming around now through the first turn again. We've got how many minutes of this race to go? I'm not sure, it's half an hour, isn't it? I'm streaming down the back straight. You'll find as well the tyre wear, it was Wooders, he's out the slipstream, he's going to suffer now. And so's Campo. But I think you'll find with this race that the tyre wear becomes irrelevant, and I don't know if any of the boys in the Beginners Legends League here will figure it out, because you can run those tyres down to nubs and get away with it. But before we do, there's a shameless bit of plugging going on for me. I've got a NASCAR series trying to get up and running in different cars to the GT4 cars as well. And we're learning how to bump draft race and try and keep it on track as best as possible. So if anyone's interested, tap me up. It's got 20 of us so far. If we get a few more, we can certainly have 2 full lobbies. But if not, we're just going to have one big one, which is going to be really interesting. These boys are actually doing quite well here. If you look at Daytona, the tri-oval, there's a black line, tar line, that runs down through the middle of the track. If you try and keep through the corners, one high, one low, either side of that black line, or as close to that black line. You can. Oh, see there, you got three. There's a bit of feel. You got three side by side. That's when the issues happen. So far, so good. We got into 4 laps, and there's still the field is all very much together. I would have thought the Audi would have been quite a good car. This is not great off the line, but Ricky Bobby's hanging around in that Subaru. Ricky Bobby, if you're not first, you're last. So the field is still together. And basically, that's kind of like what happens in NASCAR racing. The field will be a big field like this for a long time, and then every once in a while, someone will drop out for whatever reason, lose a slipstream, make a mistake, hit the wall, scrub it off, and then it goes down to a group of 8, and so on and so forth. It's a process of elimination. But what, this has got another penalty. I guess that's wall riding too much. Campo probably wondering how much longer he's got to suffer out here on his own. But these boys out front doing a good job, keeping it clean, staying roughly together. Should try and work as a line, as a team. You can see Crazy's trying to get down there to the low line. Can't quite make it, but they squabble it up though. I can hear it. Yeah, I was about to say that's the thing that would do it. Beer field, that's how you don't do it. You don't need to squabble and start pushing in. So he comes across there and pushes Spider. Spider's got nowhere to go, and he's taking himself out. So Beer field's out, down to 8, as I said. Is that Subaru with us still? The Dodge? Where's the Dodge? Oh, yeah, the Sixpenny, that's it. Subaru's still there, high and dry on the high line, so now we're down to a group of 8. Still a long way to go, 25 minutes to go. Let's go on board with Sixpenny. Flat out 165. Definitely got the slipstream of the cars in front, obviously, which is helping him. And the lag is bumping everyone around, but yeah, just try and keep it behind a car, and if there's a car up the inside, just try and slot in behind it, don't force your way in. But look, these boys are doing really well. I have to say, you're driving very well around the circuit, but at the moment there's a gap now between 1, 2, 3. Just started to pull away a little bit from 4, 5, 6, and I think the gap is just big enough where the slipstream won't be in effect, so the second group needs to start working together and push Michael Phelps rather than racing with him along. Because see, 1, 2, 3 here, definitely doing a good job. Oh, that Bugatti looked like he was about to hit someone off then. Crazy, no, doing okay. No, don't. That's what you shouldn't do. Don't go 3 side by side. Don't go 3 side by side. And there we go. I've got to say, Crazy, that was on you. That one. That was on you. 3 side by side. You don't need to do this. And you, Crazy. There's 2 drivers already on the low line. Crazy comes down into the 2 cars. Self-inflicted again, and Crazy's off. He's lost all that advantage, and now we're down to a group of 7. Is the Dodge just losing touch? Just about losing touch, and they're actually down to a group of 6. So, self-inflicted. Morning, mate. I'm okay. How are you, buddy? Hope you can hear me okay, and I've not got myself on mute this time. So, we're down to a group of 6. There's a bit of a gap now between Frank and Phelps. Oh, it's Ricky Bobby's done exactly the same as what Crazy just did. Ricky Bobby's was high on that corner. Let's have a look at this again. Let's go on board with Ricky Bobby. This is what you don't do at NASCAR. It's high at NASCAR, and it comes down low, and there's going to be a car there waiting for him. Here we go. Good, I'm glad you can hear me. Yep, there was a car there waiting for him, which is Spider, which is just spun. That's all it takes. Ricky Bobby has. It's actually damaged. They'll do it. That's damaged Spider's car as well. He's gonna lose positions. Oh, Spider's been dealt a bad number there. But in the meantime, look at this. The Lambo of Frank Castle. Definitely got a gap, and you can see that's the way to do it. You've got Phelps and the Big Mac working together to try and close that gap, and they will close the gap because a car out on its own is vulnerable. Plenty of time to go. There's no need for scobbing. The basic point of NASCAR really is just hang around, survival until the last 5 minutes before you try and make any kind of move. But the groups, you can see now there's two distinct groups. You've got the first group here, one Frank Michael Phelps, the Big Mac. Where's it waiting to come down past the camera? Sixpenny Guitar has just lost touch a little bit, and the Dodge is still there. Spider's now caught in no man's land between the front group and the group behind. So Craze has now gathered himself. He's too far ahead from Ricky Bobby, but Beerfield's with Ricky, so they should try and work together to catch up. And then you've got Wooders and Campo at the rear here. Again, should try and work together. It's not, no, that's pointless. There's no point racing each other. You need to be working with each other, chaps. There's still a lot of time. If you two can bump draft, the difference in speed over any individuals that are ahead of you, you'll catch them up. But going side by side is not the way to race this circuit. Start bump drafting it like fury with each other. Anyway, in the meantime, right, so yeah, Frank's been caught. The group have worked together. It looks like to me that was Dodge knew what he was doing there. Oh, sorry, the Big Mac knew what he was doing there. He's been pushing Phelps along, and they've caught right up to the leader. But they've lost these two. But there we go. The Dodge and Sixpenny Guitar, they should keep bump drafting like that, and they might not necessarily catch the guys in front, but they'll certainly put distance between them and Spider. Oh, I feel really bad for Spider. The other thing got to take into consideration here is the fuel wear as well. I'm just checking everyone's fuel because there's different. There we go. Wooders has got a lot of fuel on board. Let's have a look if anyone's been fuel saving. Not a huge amount. You can see there we go. That's how to do it. These three working together down the back straight. Phelps backs out of it a little bit because I guess he didn't want to go too close to Frank Castle into that bump drafting area. Are they going to stay out on those tyres? As I said at the top of the commentary, unfortunately there's a glitch in the game where you can see there with the Big Mac, his right rear, it's a strange one to have, I would have thought it would have been the front. Anyway, the right rear is down to nubs, but at a circuit like this, it doesn't really make any difference. A Sixpenny Guitar's right rear is down to nubs, that's strange. I didn't think it would be the right rears of everyone, but there you go. It would be the front right, not the rear right. Anyway, I digress. So these three working really well. I've got a feeling they'll be out for about another 4 or 5 laps before they come in for fuel. If they are on comms, it's a good idea for them to chat to each other and go in to pit at the same time, which I thought Frank was about to go in then. Not quite doing it. So let's go through the field then. So we are 10 minutes in, third of the race in. The front group is already down to 3. We've got Frank Castle in the Lambo in first. Oh, sorry, Frank Castle and Big Mac and Phelps, the lead group, working together. Looks really like they're doing a good job, to be honest. Need to be line astern rather than side by side. Anyway, 1, 2, 3 out in front of each other, where you got the Dodge and Sixpenny Guitar. The second group, 4 and 5, working really well. That's what everyone should be doing. Just bumping each other along as best you can. So 4 and 5 together. Spider's, see, he's losing a second a lap. He's going to be losing time to Crazy. These two boys, 6 and 7 on their own. Beerfield and Ricky Bobby still working together, 8 and 9. And then we've got Campo and Wooders. Campo's lost Wooders, and Wooders picked up another penalty. Whoa! Oh, I thought that looked like there was a big crash happening there. There was. Something's gone wrong there. That looks like someone has damaged. You can see the rear of the Big Mac has been bumped a bit too hard then. Was that? Yeah, that was Frank getting a bit squirrely on the inside of that corner. Gave the Big Mac a bit of a shove. You can see Phelps is already down to fumes, and Frank's picked up a half-second penalty. So this lead group is about to split up, and this is where, if the group behind, or even quite a long way behind, have been working together, you're going to gain time, because these boys, if they separate, will then be going slower. So still a long way to go. 18 minutes. It's still working hard. Let's have a check on the second group. So here we go. That's the way to do it. They're still working hard, these two. See, they're going 169, 170 across the line. As these boys, still pretty good, but the group behind are working a bit better. We'll be slowly catching. See, the lead car is only doing 150. So that obviously means the group behind, here we go, you can see visually, they are slowly but surely reeling them in. Good work here from the Dodge and Sixpenny. Now, as I say, hopefully Penny's got the memo that you don't have to pit because you've got a tyre down to the nub. Well, as the first two come into the pit, so Phelps and Big Mac have come in. Frank's been left to hang out to dry. So only doing 166, where you got the Dodge. Here we go, and these boys definitely catching them up. So there you go. The benefits of working together as a team. Crazy. He's going to come. Is he coming into the pits? No, he's gone round. He's going round. Beerfield and Ricky Bobby. Ricky's on fumes now, so he'll be doing one more lap. Oh, there's been a crash. Someone's crashed. Is that Sixpenny, or is he just getting up to speed? Was that crash from Sixpenny? It was! Oh no, disaster! Oh, they've been working so well. What happens here? Sixpenny down the bank. Oh, he's just got underneath. He's going to touch. Yep, he's going to touch. That's the place. As someone who's setting up a NASCAR series, that is the classic way of most crashes. Up the inside of a bank turn, the game, all that takes is a little touch like that, and you're off. Either yourself or the car in front. It was a good job there. The game resets itself then as well, because you would have been going into that wall at a great rate of knots. So now the front group are completely shattered. Everyone's all over the place. Pit stops and everything. Frank Castle's out in front, still on his own. The Dodge is not going to catch him at the moment. So Frank's coming into the pits. Is the Dodge staying out? Yep, the Dodge is staying out. So the Dodge now takes the lead. I mean, look at the map there at the top right. The field are properly strung out. But obviously with the pit stops and everything's been thrown into chaos at the moment. We're just coming up to halfway. Crazy is yet to pit, is in second. Frank in the Lambo. Let's see where he comes out. Does he get out in front of the Big Mac and Sixpenny and all those other cars he was with at the time? Where's also Phelps as well? Where's Phelps gone? Here comes Phelps and Wooders working together. So let's go on board with Phelps. Can you see Frank? Yeah, there's Frank. Just going around the bank corner up in front. So the field's properly been shuffled. These boys here need to, even though Wooders is back. So the Dodge is coming now. Oh, it's all hard to keep an eye on what's going on with these pit stops and lag and everything. So let's go up to also alright, let's go to fourth place. Frank. So Frank was in the lead. He's coming around the last turn now as the Dodge, Crazy and Ricky are in the pits. Will Frank regain the lead? I've got a feeling he probably will. coming around the start-finish line. Now, yeah, so Frank's regained the lead. Or has he? No, he's not. The Dodge is just coming out. He's going to be slow, though. Big Mac's just coming out as well. Let's stay on board with Frank, because I'm sure you're going to see the Dodge at any time soon. No! The Dodge. Less... We're going around for... I think he had... down to the nubs on fuel, didn't he? So the Dodge has gone from 5th. Now, in all of that shakedown, the Dodge has gone from 4th and 5th to 1st. There's Frank. So Frank, what's the top speed of that Ferrari? 158, 57, 163. Yeah, so Frank is going to catch the Dodger. The Lambo's definitely got the legs on it to catch the Ferrari for the lead. But you can see behind the Big Mac and Phelps, so all these boys are pitted now. The fuel will come into it because it's going to add a bit of weight. But if Phelps can just get, I think his Phelps is definitely within the slipstream. Yeah, there we go. But these two could start to work together. They will gain on the people in front. There we go. That's it. Bit of a dodgy place to do the bump draft and just at the exit of a corner, but it's worked. Wasn't too bad. Where's Spider? Spider's still on his own. Oh, Spider, I feel for you, mate. Gained a couple of places, but man alive, a whole race on your own. Not fun. So in the meantime, Beer Phil is on his own. He's too far ahead from Ricky Bobby. Crazy Ivan's got 6 pennies for 8th and 9th. These two can start catching up the group in front. 12 minutes to go. Campo's still in 10th. Wooders, unfortunately, back here in 11th. He's still got... Yeah, that would have been a pit exit or pit entry problem. Oh, that's a horrible place to slow down right in front of everyone. So in the meantime, here we go. The Dodge has been caught now from Frank Castle, 1 and 2. The Dodge got that extra. I've just realised why the Dodge got into the lead at the pit stops, because he's not changed his tyres. He stayed on racing hard, which gave him that extra bit of time. But he's been caught. He's been caught now from the Lambo. Now the Lambo, as long as Dodge sticks behind him, the Lambo shouldn't pull away. The Ferrari's got enough grunt to keep him with that car. So 1 and 2. In the meantime, Big Mac and Phelps are now the second group. 3 and 4. Spider's on his own in 5. Beerfield is on his own-ish in 6. Ricky Bobby 7. Sixpenny Guitar on his own in 8. Campo is on his own in 9th. Wooders is on his own in 10th. So getting splintered up. Luck of the draw a little bit. It's just cost some of these drivers. 10 minutes to go. Frank, has he got enough grunt in that Lambo to pull away from that Ferrari? I think he is, you know. 165. Just... Dodge really needs to... No, get right behind him, Dodge. Or that Lambo's going to go. It is faster than you. Get in the slipstream, mate. Is he gaining on him? 67, 60. Ever so slightly. He's just losing touch, though. He's in danger of losing touch if he doesn't get close to that Lambo. I think he's still just in touch on that. Lambo's going to have it all to himself, and it will be off and gone. 10 minutes. On board of a Lambo here with Frank Castle. He is. I wish the game would give me the splits like it used to in the replays, but it looks like, yeah, I really think Frank, he's definitely out of the slipstream now. Frank is literally on the limit. He must be, he is losing touch of that car in front. This race could be won by because of this already. Dodge, you really need to get in that slipstream. Anyway, we'll come back to this. Because the other thing you got to worry about are these boys. If these boys work together, there's still enough time. On board with Phelps. There's the Dodge just up ahead. I'm still not quite sure if the Dodge has got the Frank Castle slipstream. But these boys, if they work together properly, there's still enough time for them to catch up to that lead group, and we could have a four-way battle for 3 places, for 3 podium positions. It could be anyone's. Might have to risk a little bit of bump draft in mid-corner and do it. It's a dangerous place to do it there. There we go. There we go. The Big Mac's cottoned on. Let's go back up front to the Dodge. Yeah, the Dodge has lost him. The Lambo's gone. The Dodge is going to need that group behind to catch up for these boys. It's Frank's race at the moment. It's not Spider's race, mate. Oh, Spider. I feel for you. I feel your pain. I feel your pain. 30 minutes. All it took for Spider to be out of the running was that damage for something that wasn't even his fault. And it's cost him badly. Just dropped off the back of the pack and he's been on his own for the entire race pretty much. Beer Phil is on his own. Ricky Bobby's not caught Beer Phil. Sixpenny's on his own. Campo's on his own. Wooders is on his own. Oh, someone's dropped out. Who's dropped out? Because it was 11. Is it Crazy Ivan? I think it's Crazy Ivan. He's gone. So in the meantime, oh, touching the barriers not going to do you much good. There we go. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Still within sight of each other. But time is running out fast for anyone to catch up to Frank in the Lambo. The Dodge has certainly lost touch now with the leader. It's now a case of can Phelps and the Big Mac, the last real battle on the circuit, can they catch up in time? It's going to be close. Let's have a look at the speeds these boys are pulling down the back straight with the bump drafting. Here we go. They bump drafting. Yep. So they're touching 170, and you can see the Dodge is only doing 166. So 4 miles an hour. Doesn't sound a lot, but ever so slowly they will be catching. This goes Dodge now. He's coming down here doing 162. Done the start finish straight. This is what he does over the start finish line. 162. Where these boys are doing, oh, they're not quite, only just 163. It's only 1 mile an hour. They're desperately trying. You can see the Big Mac is certainly trying to do this. It doesn't look like the combined efforts of the Honda and the Silvia are quick enough to get the job done. You can hear the Ferrari. There's a Ferrari just up ahead. There's the Honda. 170. They're all visually it does look like they are actually. Again, 5 minutes to go. They're desperately going to have to. Yeah, they're desperately trying to do it. I think we got it slightly wrong there. They're 162 again. In the meantime, the Lambo, Frank, he's got out in front early on and has managed to keep it clean, avoided all the action around him. Caught the Dodge at after the first pit and has just pulled away. Dodge lost the toe of the Lambo. Lap 28, 4 minutes to go. The Dodge now is probably hoping just to hang on for second place. You can probably see these two working really hard behind. So let's have a look. So they're doing 164, 165 out the corner, 162, 163 from the Dodge. They're working so hard here at the third and fourth place runners. You can see the Ferrari just up ahead. They're really close. They are catching. They're definitely catching. But is it going to be enough before time runs out? Great work there from the Big Mac. Oh, sparks fly there from the Dodge. They've caught him. Yep, they're just about within slipstream. So we're going to have a good finish here. This is a good battle. Oh, there we go. 1-6. Great effort there from Big Mac. Top job, mate. Mate, Big Mac, if you want to be in my NASCAR league, you are most welcome. You're doing this the right way. And here we go. 2-3-4 now with 3 minutes to go. They've caught up. It's been a hard effort, hard work for them, but they've done it. They've caught the Dodge. In the meantime, there's the Lambo. There we go. So this before we get back to that battle, we'll run through the field. Frank Castle still in first place. 2, 3, 4 all together now. In second, third, fourth, obviously. Spider's on his own in fifth. Beerfield's on his own. Oh, not quite on his own. Yep, he's still on his own in sixth. Ricky Bob is in seventh. Six Penny is in eighth. Doesn't look like these positions are going to change because they've been the same now since pit stops. Campo 9. And someone else has dropped out now. Who's dropped? Someone else has dropped out. Wooders has dropped out. So we're down to 9. But it definitely looks like, unless Frank makes a mistake, it's his race to lose. 2 minutes, just over 2 minutes, 2 laps. This is where the fight is going to be. How is this battle going to finish here? 2, 3, 4. Who's your money's on? Sylvia, the Honda, or the Ferrari? It's the last battle on the circuit at the moment. I'll come back to this in a minute. Oh, someone's down to their last bits of fuel. It looks like the Big Mac has used up most of his fuel. Unless he's probably got it just about right. A minute and a half to go. Possibly 2 laps. Possibly, depending on when they cross the line. Which they're doing now. Yeah, there might be 2 laps. I don't know. Is he going to have enough? He's probably got enough for 1, but has he got enough for 2? After all that effort he's done to get the group together, is he gonna oh, there's a bit of a bump in wide there. Is he gonna lose out because he didn't put enough fuel in? The Dodge regained second place. So the Frank's doing 164 along that main straight or back straight. So these boys are catching. Yeah, he's run out of fuel. The Big Mac's having to fuel save. Oh, Mackie. He's had to drop off. I think he's had to drop off intentionally because he's just going to run out of fuel. He's not hit the wall or anything. He's having to back out of it. So these 2 boys, here we go. So we got Frank coming round and looking at the time. Yep, there's going to be 1 more lap, 30 seconds to go, and they're just coming down the last straight, as it were. So Frank crosses the line now. I can hear the cars behind. Phelps and the Dodge, they are catching. They are definitely catching. They go side by side through past Campo. The Big Mac's had to drop right off. 8 seconds to go, so some of these boys will finish now. So Spider, this will be his last lap. He's coming round now. He will finish in 5th place. Beerfield is going to finish in 6th. Yep, there goes Spider, across the line. Here comes the Beerfield, is going to finish in 6th place. Ricky Bobby will finish in 7th. 6 Penny is going to finish in 8th. Campo is going to finish in 9th. But here we go, Frank Castle now coming around for the checker flag. Great win there from Frank. Frank finishes in 1st, and who got 2nd? The Dodge has got 2nd. How did the Dodge get so far ahead of Phelps? This Phelps, Phelps ran out of fuel. I did wonder. Look at that. Phelps is got at the last moment, at the last corner, after all that work from gaining. It's gone. The fuel's gone. At the last bank turn. Oh, the Dodge. Well done, Dodge. The Dodge is going to finish in second place. Great driver there from the Dodge. Phelps is going to coast over line in third. The Big Mac in fourth. And there we go. That's your results from the Daytona NASCAR race for MRC GTTCC Beginners League. Again, I'm going to mercilessly plug my own series. If anyone's interested in doing NASCAR with me, let me know. I'm trying to get the series up and running. It'll be starting on Fridays after the GTT season's finished. But in the meantime, thanks for watching. See you again soon. See you later. Bye.